Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, folks, sampler review series reviews I've been doing for a little while. I'm gonna go over their trout food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that at the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. There was a little bug inside the window, and I was just like, go away, bug. So, good on the bug. But anyway, folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why I wear super cool shirts? I like to highlight the super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, folks, it's Boom, my Scold shirt. Which, if you are not familiar with Mr. Tim Scold, that's this gentleman here with the guitar screaming into the microphone. He is, I forget where, I think he's Swedish, I want to say. But he's been around for a long time, and he's worked with a lot of artists. Marilyn Manson, he was on the Twisted Metal 4 soundtrack. And in previous reviews that I've done where I've worn this shirt, I mentioned that he worked with Rob Zombie. I don't know if he worked with Rob Zombie or not. I think he just did, because I think they had, an artist remix of one of Rob Zombie's albums, and I think he just contributed to one of those. I think he remixed one of the songs. But he's been around for quite a while now. I really enjoy his stuff. I actually got to see him perform a couple weeks ago at the time I'm doing this, and so I had to pick up the shirt. And, this shirt in particular is pretty neat for me. First of all, it's just a badass shirt, plus it's got the concert dates on the back, which is always nice. But then on top of that, I got in real early to the show, and, I always try to get my merchandise stuff out of the way as early as possible. And I went to the merch booth, waited around for a little bit for the merch lady to show back up. And I was like, hey, I want to get one of those shirts. And she's like, cool, that sounds great. What size do you want? I'm like, double X. She's like, we only have normal X. I was like, fine, I'll take a normal X. I can kind of do that. It's just not fun for me, But then, at the end of the show, I was like, well, I want to get a shirt that, I can wear on the regular. The X shirt, once I wash that, I'm not going to be able to wear it anytime soon. So I went back and I was like, yeah, do you have any in double X? She's like, oh, no. You know what? You're the guy from before. We actually do have some of those. So she traded me out. I got my shirt. Anyway, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, we're doing it because I had a coupon to do it. Boom! It's a shake from Potbelly. Woo! I've reviewed a few shakes from Potbelly. This is their brand new cold brew shake from Potbelly. And because people have asked me to do so and I try to remember, it cost me $5.29, which is a bit much if I'm entirely honest with you. But I had I go have the Potbelly app and everything, and I had a free sandwich coming to me, and I was like, fine, I'll just get a sandwich and stuff. Got some soup, and then they had a new shake, so I was like, all right. So I got a free sandwich, and basically, I only had to pay for the soup and the shake. So I always like they do the little flour cookie. Such a simple cookie, but it's so good. Apparently there's a fire engine going by or something. Anyway, let's try a shake. Ooh. That is a really good shake. That is a really good shake. One thing I'll say, doing these Potbelly reviews, I really do feel like their sandwiches are solid enough, and then of course they've got the soups and the mac and cheese and everything. I really do feel like their shakes kind of get slept on, because there's lots of it costs a bit, but I feel like there's a lot of sort of higher end kind of fast foodish locations. like your Shake Shacks and whatnot, even like Culver's, where they put an emphasis on their shakes or maybe their frozen custard, something like that. And I feel like Potbelly, I mean, obviously, you know, they try to push their stuff, but I feel like they don't quite get the credit that they deserve, because like every shake I've ever had from them has been well above like just a standard, you know, just whatever shake. And this definitely continues with that. And the thing that makes this so nice for me is that it has that coffee flavor to it, but it's like, it's about perfect where I want the coffee level of flavor, because I don't want it to be like super duper coffee. It should still a shake, you know, I want it to be sweet and delicious and everything. But at the same time, I don't want it to be overly sweet. I don't want it to lose that coffee flavor, because obviously that's the point of the flavor itself in this instance. And what they did with the coffee flavor here is it's very much the standout. It is the thing that you were tasting the most, which is what it should be. It's still sweet and creamy and delicious, you know, as a milkshake should be, but it manages to just brush with that like little bit of coffee bitterness. And usually, like, bitter isn't like my favorite flavor, but the thing that works so well in this context is that it's got that counterpoint, because it has the sweetness and everything to help it out. And so it creates a nice counterbalance. So you've got this nice coffee flavor that like just brushes with the edge of the bitterness. Like you just get this tiny little bitter flavor, and then you get like the, you know, the sweetness and the creaminess of the milkshake. So like I said, it creates this nice counterbalance, and if you've watched my reviews, chances are, you know, like, I love counterbalance. I think that's always a great thing to have, and, you know, well, I mean, not always, but it's a nice thing to have, because it creates a nice contrast for your palate, and this does that exceptionally well. And the coffee flavor is just really nice. Like, I've certainly had, like, coffee milkshakes before. I'm not going to say this is the outright best one. Maybe one day I actually will review the best one that I've had, because the location is still there, and it's been a while since I've had one. But, I would definitely say it's, like, it's well above, you know, just, like, standard milkshake fare. For, again, I mean, you know, Potbelly isn't exactly fast food, but, you know, like a chain location. That's really good. I think if I have any criticism for it, I would say, I think if they wanted to, they could have gone a little bit bolder with the coffee flavor. I think they could have leaned into that bitterness a little bit more, just to further exemplify the contrast. And I think it would have given it just a little bit extra dimension, because once you get past the coffee flavor and that kind of dials back, again, it's still, you know, sweet, tasty milkshake and everything, but it loses some of its dimension. So I think if they just would have gone over there and given it that little extra push, just to let the bitterness kind of carry through a little bit through the sweetness, I think that would have been like the ideal format of it. But that's really good. And I think I did a review recently of their cookie batter milkshake, which I think I kept referring as a cake batter milkshake in the goddamn review. I would say that I prefer this to that, because with the cake batter one, it was good. I did enjoy it. Go watch that video. But it's that contrast. Whereas the cake batter one was largely just a very sweet, savory milkshake. This one, having that balance, it helps it for me. But all that said, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe, and yes-ish. And here's why. Strictly speaking, price. It is a $5.29 milkshake for this. If it were like a full-size thing, I'd be willing to give it to it without much question. I'd be like, all right, that's fine. this isn't that big of a milkshake. Granted, you get a little cookie, but that definitely doesn't, add on, warrant the rest of that price. It's just a bit much. Like, it's good, and I know that, inflation's a thing, and, everything's been going up in price, but especially with, like, chain locations and stuff, I really do feel like they need to kind of try to rein it in as much as possible, because part of the reason why you're going to these locations, even with Potbelly, like, they are, a little bit more upscale. They're not, they're way above, like, your Subways and shit. Again, I do think that trying to rein it in as much as possible is important for chain locations, because that's part of the appeal is, you're not being charged an arm and a leg. This might not be an arm and a leg, but it's at least an arm, and I don't feel like that's just too much for a milkshake, again, especially of this size. But it was still good. That's the thing. So would I get it again? Maybe. If I was feeling a bit frivolous with my funds, maybe I would get it again. As for recommending it, if you're a baller and you just want to go over there and you just want to fucking flip that shit around and everything like that, by all means. If you just want to try it out, yeah, absolutely. It's a very good milkshake, Again, not the best milkshake I've ever had. If it was, then, $5.29, sure. But it's still good. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly milkshake-tastic rest of your life, but hopefully it doesn't cost $5.29. It's just, things are just fucking expensive, man. I mean, part of the fun of doing these reviews is, like, especially when I do, like, fast food and chain locations, is like, well, hopefully it's not costing me that much, but, Jesus, it's getting to be a bit much. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, not being an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. Okay? Life can be very stressful, very frustrating, just can put us into a bad mood, and it sucks, man. Trust me, it's not always fun. But it is important when we run into those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go over there, and I want you... And I mentioned this with a McDonald's item not too long ago. Folks, we need to go over there. We need to really kind of press it when it comes to, again, just, it's one thing with, like, proper restaurants and stuff, but especially with, like, chain locations and stuff, we really do need to demand better pricing on stuff. You know what I mean? Potbelly isn't the empire that McDonald's is. McDonald's can suck my ass. Like, they could give away their shit for free for, like, 10 years and fucking, like, all their executives and stuff would still be like, we're multi-billionaires. Ha, 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 ha. So I don't give a shit. But it is important that we go over there, we have to hold them accountable to some extent, and how we do that, well, I don't know, man, it's rough. I mean, you don't want to boycott anybody, well, I mean, some places maybe, but, it's, we gotta do better, man. We got to, because we're getting priced out of our own damn country, man. And that's not like me trying to make some, like, nationalist statement or anything like that. That's just a fucking fact, and I don't even think it's just an American fact, It's like, it's just, we're getting eaten up, man. We're just getting eaten up by corporations and fucking greed and shit, and it's just tearing us down, man. I don't know. It's a weird way to end a milkshake review. Bye!